grown up now? Can I meet him?
I believe so, yes. It is time to awaken the ultimate life force. Welcome to the world, Shadow.
19 years. 19 long, whole years for a Shadow standalone game. Since Shadow the Hedgehog in 2005, Shadow has been either part of Shadow's game as a separate story or some weird DLC thingy. Looking at you, Forces. But with Shadow Generations, that all changes. All new story, all new moves, and just Shadow. What else could you want? This game was everything I wanted in the current modern era of Sonic games. Proper storytelling, substantial level design, and banger music. I'm going to talk about Shadow Generations a lot throughout this video, but we need to get the formalities out the way. So, without further ado, I'm going to try to speed past all of this because really we saw this game back in 2011. But I'm going to talk about the new things. First things first, the changed dialogue and cutscenes. There were some I really liked and welcomed a fresh new take on the story. Nice callbacks like mentioning the time stones while talking about time travel. And I really like that because they haven't mentioned that outside of Sonic CD. Sonic actually talking to his friends when rescuing instead of giving these awkward stares that he would give them. Even though some of them felt weird and out of place, you can tell that they were forcing lengthy dialogue and cutscenes and they were animated for a story that had no substance to begin with. The way the dialogue was rushed in cutscenes just took me back to like Sonic Adventure 2. Although no one was really talking over each other. And I know people have issues and their gripes with the rewrites, but honestly, I'm not that pressed about it, considering, like I said, this is a game with very little story to begin with. As far as things in the gameplay aspects, everything is the same old generations except for the new additions such as the drop dash for both classic and modern Sonic, and the new hidden Chow. The drop dash for classic Sonic is always a neat addition, but for modern, I mean, it's there. I don't know what to tell you. I've had maybe 2 situations where I was like, dang it, I lost boost. Now I'm gonna use my drop dash to like maintain speed. But they never really needed it. I guess they needed something new. The hidden chows and levels was a nice touch. It kept me engaged and saying, oh yay, I got a chow. But nothing truly special or outstanding. I would say it was nice to play Sonic Generations in 60 frames per second on console. It's just fucking crispy. But yeah, Sonic Generations is still the same old Generations. And with that being said, moving on. Where do I start? I guess I should break down exactly how I'm reviewing this portion. First, I want to start off with the story, then moving on to gameplay, and finally music, of course. That seems fair, right? Right? No? Okay. Oh, and I'll also talk about how this game specifically affects the future of Sonic games going forward. Okay, grab some snacks, sit back, and relax. I miss you, Corey. Because this might take a while. The story of Shadow Generations picks up right where the Dark Beginnings left off with Shadow in the Ark trying to find that threat amongst it, which we quickly find out it's a return of Black Doom, and also the Time Meter. So we're placed into this white space trying to get out of there. We eventually run into Omega, Orbot, and Cubot, but then the big return of Gerald and Maria. Shadow ends up saving Maria from the Black Arms aliens, and this moment just chef's kiss. I noticed they animated Shadow in a shocked and disappointed state when he sees Gerald. I mean, I would too, considering this is the person who brainwashed me to destroy humanity because he lost his granddaughter. Don't you hate when that happens? As you further progress the story, you can chat it up with the G-Dog and Maria. The dialogue between them just makes my heart hurt, considering what happens to them, how it affects Shadow. God damn it. Getting teary-eyed again. Save it for the end. I also love how Maria tells Shadow why he was given the name Shadow, because without a shadow, you can find the light. Ian Flynn, you goddamn mastermind. Also, not to mention, these cutscenes are a huge upgrade from Forces and Frontiers. They look so goddamn clean. Shadow eventually meets up with Sonic, and I'm just gonna play this whole cutscene because it's one of my favorites.
I found you, Shadow!
The blue hedgehog, of all places.
You have something I need.
You can wait until my business is finished.
Yeah, sorry, but that Chaos Emerald and I have a date with a monster.
Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Nice hustle, but I won this one. So I'm taking the emerald. See ya!
I finally find you, and what do I see? Sonic defeating you. What happened?
I will beat him on equal terms.
A fine time for you to be honorable. Now he has the Chaos Emerald.
No, he has a fake emerald. I'll have you swap it for the real thing after I'm finished with my mission.
Wow, look at you. As a professional jewel thief, I approve.
It is written so well, and I absolutely love it. With Shadow gaining his new Doom powers one by one, he gets closer to tackling down Black Doom. And that does indeed happen with this fire-ass final boss. Bing bang boom, you take down Black Doom again, and as he hilariously explodes. Shadow gives Rouge the real Chaos Emerald to give to Sonic so they can take down the Time Eater. But Shadow must say goodbye to Gerald and Maria. Such a bittersweet moment. This is what Shadow 05 should have been. A full, up-and-close personal closure for Shadow and his past. Also a good way to introduce Shadow's story to the new fans after this banger movie drops in December. All in all, I'm so satisfied with how the story came about. Sega, more stories like this, please! Frontiers was a good step forward as far as modern Sonic gameplay. It felt good to control Sonic in the open zone and somewhat the cyberspace levels. But in Shadow Gens, controlling Shadow just feels right. You know? Like, they transported Sonic from Unleashed and Frontiers and just combined the two of them. And I will say, boosting is slower than both Unleashed and the OG gens, but it's still satisfying. I hope they keep up with the style of this movement in the next installment of games, but smooth movement is nothing without good level design, and oh my god, this game's level design is so good, it makes me want more 2D sections in the 3D Sonic game. I don't know why I turned British. That's how excited I am. The level design not only complements skilled gameplay that we are rewarded for, but the new Doom powers, which essentially is like the new Wisp, but much better. You can use Doom Blast to get to higher paths and gather collectibles, and do the same thing with Doom Wings. Activate platforms early with the Doom Spears. It's absolutely satisfying using these Doom powers throughout the level design. When I initially saw them in trailers, I thought they would just feel gimmicky, but no, they play nicely into levels, especially Doom Morph. I started off hating Doom Morph at first, but once I learned how to properly use it, it changed how I played Chaos Island. Doom Morph is all about positioning and timing. People calling this the worst level because they didn't know how to use Doom Morph are just mad it's a skill check. You can't just blast through the level, it takes precision and thoughtful platforming. The Chaos Control feature actually makes me think throughout the levels. Stop in time to either make a jump before things are being destroyed, or so you can reach different paths via falling debris. You can also use it to travel faster through the stage, while also looking fucking awesome. They just understood what needed to change in current modern Sonic gaming. And coming from cyberspace, this is a nice change of pace. Speaking of frontiers, the white space takes the new form of the open zone format, and this is so much better than the 2D version of the OG. There's challenges to do, collectibles like artwork, music, and history thingies. I don't know what they're called, but they were basically to explain like Sonic's games through Shadow's POV. I really love the stages in this game, and if I had to pick my favorite one, it would definitely be Sunset Heights. The irony, because it's from Forces. But just applause from Sonic Team all around. Do not lose this momentum. No pun intended. Music in Sonic is very important, and it's one of the reasons why I love this franchise. This game does not fail to blast out sounds that put a smile on my face.
But this does put a smile on my face.
It does fall into the EDM realm of things, but it still has that rockin' sounds of guitar in there. Space Colony Arc is just perfect blend of EDM and sweet, sweet guitar. There are some misses like Rail Canyon Act 2 and Chaos Island Act 1, but it makes it up by Radical Highway Act 1 and 2, which is the last level, so I guess good send-off. And the final boss music was god tier. Honestly, the best version of All Hail Shadow. Nothing else to say here because no matter how bad or good a Sonic game is, the music is always the best part. Sonic Cross Shadow Generations will surely be a staple for how things are done within Sonic Team. And I know Kishimoto is hard at work with the next Sonic game, but this is a good hold off. I really hope they take notes from this game to apply to fundamentals of the next one. With Sonic 3 right around the corner, this is a great time to be a Sonic fan. I really do love this timeline that we're in. This was such a great experience from the release of the first trailer to playing through it. I'm confident in the future of Sonic, and I know they are too. Hey, what is going on, guys? Thank you for watching this review. It took so long to make, and it feels very little. This is possibly only the first entry, I guess, of like multiple broken up review points I have for Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, because I'm going to be talking about this game multiple times within the given time frame that we have before the next big thing comes out, which is the Sonic movie 3. So I'm trying my best to get stuff out, but I do have some other stuff planned as far as like Sonic content and Sonic theories that I want to talk about as well. But more importantly, I'm going to be, you know, kind of like deep diving into Sonic Shadow Generations, like throughout multiple different like installments. So this is really like kind of like the first half of like the review, where like the rest of other reviews are just like gonna be broken up into smaller pieces. So it's like kind of different how this is kind of like a new way of like how I'm doing reviews on this channel now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. If you guys played it, if you guys see it, whatever. What did you guys think about it? What did you guys think about my opinions? And also, I care about your opinions as well, so let it down and below in the comments and all that jazzery. Why do you guys watch me? Yeah, so that's it for me. Stay tuned for like more Sonic stuff, because I am working on stuff on the side besides this review. And I'm gonna try to live stream more. Not going to promise anything, but it's definitely a possibility. So stay tuned for that as well. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. Peace out. Alchemy out. I forgot my outro. Whatever. Alchemy out.